Good morning, friends. This is Steve, Real Progressives. And if you're not paying attention to the Dakota pipeline, you've been asleep for a long time. There's a lot of friends out there. There's a lot of people out there that are standing locked arm in arm, trying to prevent another pipeline from going through. And unfortunately, it's just one of hundreds, if not thousands, around the world that we have to pay attention to. So this one pipeline has got special aspects to it, being that it actually violates treaties. It actually stomps on the water supply of marginalized people, communities. And here we are as a nation one-offing this problem. This problem is way bigger than the Dakota pipeline, isn't it? Our dependency on oil is epic. Like, humanity right now would come to a screeching halt if we stopped oil production. And that's not by accident. They've got us in a situation where in order to live, we need the thing that's going to kill us first. And this vicious cycle is absolutely never going to stop if we don't take serious action. I applaud the people at the pipeline. I applaud the veterans for going to fight at the pipeline. But may I suggest that the problem is far bigger than what's going on at the Dakota Access Pipeline? Might I suggest that the actual problem is our real dependence on oil? Whether we accept that fact or not, the entire globe is presently, absolutely desperate for oil. We need oil. We need petro. We need petrol products. The only way to fix this problem is economics, is research and development. So the history of our federal government, going way back, we have always funded research and development. That's how we became the greatest nation on earth, was by investing in technology. Some of it good, some of it horrible. Think about the atomic bomb. But the internet was created as a direct result of government R&D. So our nation has long invested in our military, but not for killing people always. A lot of times our military research and development was to help regular people. They used tactical, strategic reasons for investing in a given technology. But ultimately, each one of those things became public. Think of the internet today. So when you look at the problem at the Dakota Access Pipeline, you cannot just ignore what's going on in Syria right now. The war in Syria is a direct result of access to oil. It's a direct result of more pipelines. It's a direct result of the world's dependence on oil. And it's not going away until we provide bona fide solutions that are commercially profitable, whether you like capitalism or not. Whether you like capitalism or not. It is important that we save our planet and we save our children while we fight multiple battles. In my opinion, the first battle we need to fight is save the planet. Save the drinking water. We can get creative in our economic models later when it comes to how you'd like to see this special thing in a local community, or a special this or a special that. Right now, today, the problem is far bigger than organic farming. It's way bigger than that. It's way bigger than any of these nifty ideas that people are putting forward. We've got to have a viable transition strategy that where the government invests where it is not profitable to do so. The government invests heavily today to create a commercially viable product that we then in turn give out to the public. That is the solution. And how do we do that? It takes money, right? It takes a lot of money. It takes a hell of a lot of money. So how do we do that? You can't tax your way to that, because taxes don't fund spending. But it takes an educated population to get that. And unfortunately, much of our activist community is stuck in reactionary mode. They're not really able to think forward because they're too busy putting out fires right now. It takes somebody with a strategic view to see beyond the immediate right here, right now. It takes somebody within this community to see out 2, 3, 5 years and force the government's hand to actually take steps to do that. But sadly, there's still people that believe in fractional reserve lending. There's still people that believe we've got to tax in order to spend. There's still people throwing up the debt clock at me. If we don't have a planet, your stupid debt clock won't mean jack shit, will it? And they keep throwing Rothschilds at me. Well, your Rothschild fetish won't mean shit if the planet's destroyed. All your pet issues mean jack shit if the planet doesn't exist, if our coasts are wiped out and massive amounts of drought and famine hit, massive amounts of serious, hardcore natural disasters that are not really so natural after all because they're a direct result of human emissions brought on by oil that could have been solved if you weren't running around chasing after the Rothschilds, running after nonsense. So as I was looking at some of the protest videos that we've done over the past, and I've looked at other people's stuff, it's great. It's very immediate. It feels good. It's very visceral. It's like, I can see what they're doing. Okay, so this is really important. No dapple. And that's true. But the bigger problem is demanding that our government spend today to do the research and development to find batteries or whatever it takes that hold energy for things like wind and things like hydrogen and all the different aspects that we could do today that we can't do because they're not commercially viable. You can't fix the environment, dismantle capitalism, dismantle everything else under the sun that you fetishize all at once. You've got to figure out what's going to kill you first. And our dependence on oil and our planet going belly up is the first priority. Your fetish for raising taxes notwithstanding. Your desire to soak the rich notwithstanding. I want our coastlines saved. I want the animals of the planet saved. I want my children to inherit a better planet now, not so that you can go chase the frickin' Rothschilds. Grow up, Peter Pan, Count Chocula. It's time to be serious. If you want to be serious, if you want to play activist, if you want to play revolutionary, if you want to play that, play it. If you want to do something about it, beyond just stopping one pipeline when there are tons of them already in motion right now, approved by our government. If you really want to make change, you have got to demand that our government spend on green energy research and development today, not yesterday. And you know what? There's a lot of stuff that we don't know about that's going on too. Top secret. But they're investing already in it. It's time to freaking force that out into the public and demand a transition strategy, not like Jill said in 30 years. Today. And so that you and I lead that charge. Because these politicians, Jill's out there still running around talking about raising taxes to pay for things. Folks, I kid you not, love her to death. She's brutally wrong on this. Brutally wrong. And if that offends you, I'm sorry. Truth hurts sometimes. Bernie's still running around talking about paying for it. If that offends you, I'm sorry. Truth hurts. They're both wrong. They're both wrong. If that offends you, I'll see you in heaven or hell or somewhere else when the planet blows up because you're busy worrying about how we're going to frickin' pay for it. Because the planet's going to be gone or will be gone. The planet will probably still be here, just freaking uninhabited. uninhabitable. Do you mean it or don't you mean it? If you mean it, it's time to get serious, and it's time to start demanding that our government immediately just pour massive amounts of money. I mean, dumping money like crazy. Crazy. Anybody that says they're worried about the debt or deficit, you know, hates your children, hates this planet, wants this planet to blow up. They don't mind pipelines. They don't mind people's drinking water destroyed. They don't mind people not having health care. They don't mind fixing what need to be fixed. They get wrapped around the axle with these pet side projects. There are going to be many, many more pipelines. How many years of work can you take off to stand out there locked arm in arm blocking pipelines? How many years do you think these veterans can take off from their other jobs? How many years do you think that you all can go out to every one of these pipelines and block them? It is time for us to demand our government step up. It's time to stop putting Band-Aids on heart attacks. It's time for us to get serious. The only way out of this meshuggah is absolutely investing in green research and development, sustainable energy today. And the things that we know are there, Tesla, you name it, we need to demand, not sit there and just lock arms at pipelines. That's great. That's tactical. That's right here, right now. And that's what's killing us. And they're going to keep doing that. They're going to keep us so busy that we can't keep up. And I'm telling you right now, most people don't have 4 years to lock arms at pipelines. They've got to feed a family. And eventually people are going to tire of locking arms in blizzards. It's time to solve the problem at the root. At the root, it's economics. Pour massive amounts of money. Massive amounts of money. Deficit spend like crazy on green energy. This is Steve with Real Progressives. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you very much.